So much of our journey on this path is realizing that there is no sin, and even that nothing bad has happened. Nothing bad has ever happened. And that sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty amazing. But we don't always react to it that way. This beautiful, happy message of freedom. Jesus talks about that in the text. He says, deep suspicion and the chill of fear comes over them, comes over you, when they are told that they have never sinned. So we think that we want freedom from sin, freedom from suffering, but then when we're told that we are sinless, nothing bad has ever happened, maybe our response is, well, what about that thing? What about that bad thing? I think that's real. So we feel upset. He says we are afraid of love. The chill of fear comes over them when they are told that they have never sinned. They think the loss of sin is a curse. Wow. Do you think that? I mean, he's saying you do think that. You think that the loss of sin is a curse. Consciously, I think a lot of us think, well, loss of sin, that's great. I want to lose sin. But this is what's underneath that. This is the part of us that's holding on. They think the loss of sin is a curse and flee the Holy Spirit. We flee the Holy Spirit, run away from the Holy Spirit, as if he were a messenger from hell, sent from above in treachery and guile to work God's vengeance on them in the guise of a deliverer and friend. Wow, this is pretty intense. So we don't really trust Holy Spirit. We think that there's maybe some hidden malicious plan, that Holy Spirit says loving words, but doesn't really love us, doesn't really want the best for us. I mean, this is very clear. This is very plain. He's explaining it right here. What could the Holy Spirit be to them except a devil? Oof. Dressed to deceive within an angel's cloak. We think the Holy Spirit is dressed up as an angel, but is really a devil. I mean, again, this seems a little surprising, but when we look at how we are with the Holy Spirit, it kind of makes sense. We say we want to trust the Holy Spirit. We maybe practice our best to trust the Holy Spirit, but then maybe we don't really want to do that thing he's guiding us to do, namely forgiveness, releasing our grievances, seeing our innocence, seeing the innocence in everyone. Oh, you want me to do what? You want me to see everyone as completely innocent? Oh, this is when we start to think that he's really trying to trick us. Sometimes people say, well, how could Hitler be innocent? Some of us have recently watched a movie about World War II and the lead up to the concentration camps. And how could Hitler be innocent? Well, because Hitler's not a body, just like you're not a body. There is no body. No body. No, there's no body. But we have to look at the belief. in bodies. We have to look at the belief in Hitler's and bad things, the belief that we've been unfairly treated. We have to look at how we believe the Holy Spirit is a devil wrapped in an angel's cloak. Wow. No wonder I'm struggling with this. The one I say I want to trust, I really want to give everything to and practice and listen and follow, I secretly think is a devil. Of course, it's going to be tough. How could it not be tough? That is a deep inner conflict right there. Deep inner conflict. So what do we have to do? We have to look at our belief that the Holy Spirit is mean, is hurtful, doesn't really like us, doesn't really care about us. These are beliefs we have. We need to look at them. Maybe think the Holy Spirit's kind of a jerk. Great, look at this. Bring this idea into the light. Why would Holy Spirit do that to me? Doesn't the Holy Spirit love me? These sorts of thoughts are what we need to bring into the light. We can't make progress if we just hold on to these deep conflicts around our own guide, our own path out of misery. Why would we want to walk a path out of misery if we don't trust the path? If we don't trust He who's guiding us down the path? Of course, every step is going to be torture. We're going to be conflicted about everything. Do I stay stuck in the ego's misery, or do I trust a guide who's really a devil? Oof. What are these choices? These choices are miserable. They're not really choices at all. I mean, this is why the next sentence he says, what escape has the Holy Spirit for them except a door to hell that seems to look like heaven's gate? A door to hell? I don't want to take a door to hell. But if this is what I'm believing, I'm going to be in miserable conflict, stuck in a swamp of indecision and torture. Anyone know that place? Yeah, we all do, right? We've all been in that place. Maybe some of us are there right now. We need to look at this. We need to look at this belief that the Holy Spirit is a jerk, is a devil, is manipulative, is harmful to us. We can't make any progress until we look at these things. Otherwise, we're just going to be tortured by every decision, every step. It's awful. I think some of you know how awful this place is. Maybe everyone knows this. There's that phrase, a wolf dressed in sheep's clothing. Seeming innocence, but really maliciousness. Now, this is actually a very accurate description, but not of Holy Spirit. It's an accurate description of the ego. The ego is like this. The ego is not your friend. The ego is not your friend, but pretends to be. Tells you if you follow his guidance, you'll get what you want, but then just leads you into suffering, loneliness, anger over and over and over. We want to unmask both of these masks, the false mask that we've placed on Holy Spirit, and we want to unmask the ego's friendliness. He is no friend. And it's a very, very painful place to be. It's like a guarantee of misery. But again, it's not actually something we need to keep believing. It needs to be brought to awareness. Because without looking at it, there's no chance of shifting it. He explains that all of this doesn't really work. He says, yet justice cannot punish those who ask for punishment. So he's talking about true justice here, the justice of heaven. Those who ask for punishment is us, but they have a judge who knows that they are wholly innocent in truth. The Holy Spirit knows we are wholly innocent in truth. So all of this conflict, all of this push and pull, this tug of war within ourselves over, can I trust? Should I stay away from Holy Spirit? Basically, that's what we're asking over and over again. He's saying all of this punishment that we feel inside of ourselves, we don't deserve. The true judgment of us is our perfect, complete innocence. But we have to look at this conflict around our guide. We have to look at the intensity of believing these things. It's super intense. It's like, if you have one of those squeezable bottles, it's like you're trying to squeeze something out of the bottle, but the cap is still on. Like, it doesn't work. There's just a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure trying to push. You want to expand, you want to open up, but then the cap is on because you're afraid, because you think, you're going to be hurt if you trust, if you listen, you follow. It's so intense. So intense. At some point, we have to see that this image of Holy Spirit is just due to our own fear. That Holy Spirit does want what's best for us. Always, always, always wants what's best. And then we can open up out of that container, that tight container. We can open up and come free. This is what we're talking about when we say we have to look at everything in the mind. We have to question every value that we hold. We have to look at these values, these ideas, these beliefs. How can we proceed if we have a guide who we cannot trust, who's not trustworthy? There's no possibility of proceeding. Who can trust a devil dressed in an angel's cloak? Oof. A wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, I wouldn't trust that. But if we really look, we see that image of a deceptive, trickster, malicious guide, that is the false image. And you know how we really start to experience that? We start to experience that by actually trusting the guide enough to take a step. It's the practice of trusting the Holy Spirit that shows us with experience that he's worthy of being trusted. And as we keep doing it, we start to actually develop deeper and deeper trust because we keep trying it and it keeps helping us. So, what's the next step for you? The next step is to try another step. Take another step. Deepen into your trust. What's going to happen? That false image of Holy Spirit as a devil is going to get thinner and weaker and start falling away. You're going to feel more deeply that you really can trust what is truly trustworthy. It's not something in form, it's Holy Spirit. But if you're guided to take a step in form, take that step. You can trust it. You can trust it enough to let it show you that it's worthy of trust. He even talks about this in the same section. You are not asked to trust him far. You are not asked to trust Holy Spirit far. Oh, well, that's good. It is his special function to hold out to you the gifts the innocent deserve. And every one that you accept brings joy to him as well as you. He knows that heaven is richer made by each one you accept. And God rejoices as his Son receives what loving justice knows to be his due. Love and justice are not different. Because they are the same, does mercy stand at God's right hand and gives the Son of God the power to forgive himself of sin. The power to forgive himself of sin. This is what it's all about. To be willing to release these sinful thoughts in your mind. It's not sinful in the old way, like you're sinful because you have these thoughts. The thoughts are sinful because they lead you to suffering. The thoughts are sinful because they strengthen a false idea and separation. You're not bad because you have sinful thoughts, but you have the power to forgive them. That's what he's saying here. You have the power to forgive them. That's a gift that makes heaven rejoice. Heaven is richer made. How beautiful a line is that? Heaven is richer made by each one you accept. Each time you accept forgiveness over a false idea, every time you release a grievance or a judgment that you've been holding on to, heaven is richer made. This is a very poetic way to say that you experience the oneness, the love, the unity of heaven more and more with each false separating thought that you release. You experience it more. This is for you. This path is for your awakening. It's for your happiness. It's for your joy. Lay down these heavy thoughts. Lay down these thoughts of sin, these thoughts of separation. He says that line, beware of the temptation to perceive yourself unfairly treated. That's a great line. Beware the temptation to perceive yourself unfairly treated. Why? Unfairly treated means you're a victim. You are a victim if you believe in unfair treatment. Doesn't sound so good. But he says, beware. It's a temptation. It's not a fact. It's something that you're choosing or not choosing. And you get to decide which it is. Which is it for you right now? Did you give in to the temptation? Did that victim thought hook you in? It's not a sin. It's actually not a sin to believe that you're unfairly treated. It just is not nice for you. You don't have to do it. It feels bad. Jesus calls these sorts of things a mistake. It's just a mistake to believe that you're unfairly treated. Okay. There's a great song we sometimes play here. It goes, oops, I made a mistake. Oops. The next line of the song is, you're beautiful, beautiful. Oops, I made a mistake. It's just a mistake. You're beautiful to me. It's just a question, do you want to make another mistake? And if you do, it's just a mistake. But we start to see that all these mistakes make us feel bad. They make us feel sad. They make us feel lonely. They make us feel apart. They're heavy, they're burdensome. And it's an option. It's not necessary. It's not mandatory to believe these things. You could say that every time we hand a belief or a judgment or an old, sad, heavy thing over to Holy Spirit, we're just raising it to question it. When we believe it, we're sure this is how it is. This is so. This is the truth. And when we offer it to Holy Spirit, we're just open. Is this the truth? Is this what I'm going to keep believing? Holy Spirit, you show me. Show me how I should see this. Show me how I can look at this in a different way, because the way I'm looking at it now doesn't work for me so good. I feel pretty miserable. And he's just like, oh, oops, you made a mistake. You know? So if anyone has any unfair treatment beliefs they want to share and let go of, or just something in your heart that wants to come out, Solveig?
Yeah, thanks. It resonates a lot. What's up for me right now? I feel often overwhelmed by the seemingly small tasks in the world. It's sometimes really incredible, and I can't even grasp it.
Yeah. And it all does have to show itself and get washed, piece by piece. I just keep wanting to say to you to also focus on the joy. I mean, it's good to let the darkness up and move through, but it's like too much if that's all you do. Give yourself some bits of joy too. Now, this is not a path of suffering, actually. This awakening path is not, it's like not meant to be like a grueling march through a battlefield. So, yeah. And again, it's, yeah, not to back away from these things that are showing up for you, but
Mm.
I think there can be times on the journey where we almost get a little fixated on the shadow, and it gets darker than it has to be.
Yeah, and I think that with this terror, normally comes this bodily thing, right? I can't breathe.
Mm.
And yeah, that seems to just get me into a kind of a spin,
Mm.
as in the come the terror of, yeah, of death, literally not being able to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, I just keep feeling the same thing, which is that, again, it's good that you're opening to these places, but it can be gentler. It can be gentler for you.
Okay.
I mean, if you're spending most of a day in these dark, intense places, maybe, yeah, at least for today, try to find some other joyful things. I mean, sounds like you have some with the dogs, and I don't know. I just feel this energy of like give yourself a gift of some gentle, caring
Mm.
activity.
Yeah, okay. I don't need to solve this first.
Well, I mean, it's just the willingness. You seem quite willing to open into this place, so that part you're good on.
Yeah,
But you need to know you can make it through. Otherwise, it gets very intense.
yeah, thanks. That feels helpful.
Hmm. Hmm. Anyone else want to share? Anyone else placing a false image on Holy Spirit? We will just read today's lesson. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. It can be but myself I crucify. It can be but myself I crucify. All that I do unto myself. If I attack, I suffer. But if I forgive, salvation will be given me. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. So this is beautiful. Such a powerful paragraph. It really shows us the ego dynamics very simply. I think everyone can just take a nice deep breath here. Maybe we'll just reread part of today's lesson again. I am not a body. I am free. For I am still as God created me. If I forgive, salvation will be given me. So again, thank you all for being here. I feel so much love for all of you. So have a beautiful day, everyone. And we'll connect again soon.